Well, I'm so glad I took the day
Mic
off.
check, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3.
Test,
Dad,
test.
1, 2, 3. Good.
can I say it again?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Great.
We should go out.
Huh?
We should go out. It would be nice.
It would be nice. You want to sit on the roof? Sit on the rooftop?
他在路上。
No, we can sit on the playset.
Quite dangerous.
Huh?
I fall over.
We can.
What kind of tea are you making, Mom?
What's the
我已经
tea?
喝过茶了，这个
What is the tea?
I don't know，这个是Lily 给那个小姨夫买的，他们那个不要，全部给当不到我这里来了。
Yeah, sit back, relax.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Enjoy. Oh, mom
你
needs
这个 you need to actually say. 你想 Do you want to hold the mic or do you want to
Because then you
不
can
要
use the
hold
stand?
不要。
You don't want to hold
I
it?
don't want to
Okay.
hold
it.
But if
You
you
want-
hold it, you can like.
You can lean back.
We can like.
But if you don't hold it, you
我
have
不
to
说
like.
话的时候，我就可以 lean back 呀。
That's true. You
That's
can
true.
do that.
That's true.
Okay, we're gonna try to do this episode all in English.
No,
But if you need to say something in Chinese, we'll translate it
OK。
because
I'll
Yeah,
translate.
Dad will translate.
I'll
because
translate.
it's very difficult for
Yeah.
me to make the translations afterwards.
I'll
Yeah.
do the
My Chinese is
translation,
not
okay.
that good.
It's all in good English.
OK，
Yeah.
I can say Chinglish。
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, before I start, 我要录一个广告，很快。You guys don't have to be in it. You can just react to what I'm saying. Yeah.
Businessman.
Yeah. 要录个那个牙齿的广告. So I'll
okay,
just
go
say it
ahead.
really quickly. Yeah. So before we get to the episode, I really wanted to quickly shout out Impress, the Invisible Aligner Company, for helping me get my teeth straight. I've been using their aligners for the past 2 or 3 weeks now, and it's been a really smooth, awesome experience. You guys should also check them out. They're actually doing a Black Friday sale where they're going to give you $500 off your treatment, a free teeth whitening, and I think an extra set of retainers as well. So that's like a $1,300 value package that they're giving to you for free on Black Friday. You can use my code ROOFTOPBF to get that deal. And yeah, you can get your smile right just like me. With that being said, let's start this week's episode of the Rooftop Pod. I'm your host, Jesse, and we have 2 very special guests joining us today. You might recognize them, or you might think they look familiar because they've been on the podcast before. But really quickly, today joining me, I have my brother,
Andrew.
my dad,
生活
and my mom.
戴明。
And I think I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, but we're going to try to do everything in English. And then if my mom needs help saying something or translating something, my dad will be helping her translate. So Andrew and I have a few questions prepared for you guys.
Easy
We'll
questions.
start easy first. Easy ones first. The first question is for both of you. Who is your favorite child?
I told you guys many times, no favorite child.
No favorite
All
child.
they equal.
Okay, so I know you don't have a favorite child, but all of us are very different, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Who would you say, and this is a question for both of you, we can go mom first, but who do you think out of the 5 of us is the most similar to you? Personality-wise, 跟你
差不多。
Andrew.
Oh, 真的吗?
I've
really?
always thought that, yeah.
Okay. Why? Why do you think we're similar?
你可以用中文.
Let me.
Or if you need to think, we can ask that.
Sometimes lifestyles.
Okay.
Oh,
similar
yeah.
lifestyle.
Very routine life.
That's true.
Yeah.
I do like schedule. I like routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Dad, who is the most similar to you of us?
Yeah, I think I see part of me in Rachel, like when she went out the trip by herself with another girl, just go to the wilderness to
Yes.
travel. So I see that. I see kind of like, oh, I thought you kind of like daddy, you know. So just wondering about new places you wanted to
adventurous.
explore. You know, so that's that part, and also the other part. I also see some of me in Jesse as well. You know, so it's like, you know, trying to like the more like creative, yeah. So like this
Okay.
podcast thing, you know,
Okay.
I kind of like, you know, part of me like the creative things.
Yes.
Okay.
And also I see part of me in Andrew as well.
Okay.
So it's like I know Andrew if he has an appointment, so he would make sure he will not miss that, and also be there before the
That's
time.
true.
You
That's
know.
true.
So I kind of like that when I have an appointment, I also try to be there early.
Very
so
punctual.
so it's kind of like that. I don't want like to do the like last minute rush. I
How
think
come
that's
we're always late to things?
yeah, that's yeah, that part, you know. So I think that like I see Jesse and Rachel both kind of struggling in the last minute.
You do too, Dad. I feel like our family in general is just
right
late
now.
all the time.
class 就分了。
Yeah, yeah.
Like, we get that from mom. You mean?
I don't know.
We had to get it from somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. And now as John and Philip, you know, so as they're growing, so I kind of like see they have similarity to you guys, and also of course they have a similarity to the parents. You know, so we can see our blueprint. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so in all your pattern, you know, so
Yeah.
the, you know.
Yeah. Mom, 你要说话的时候你就对这个说 okay?
OK，
I'll move it closer to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think it's not as simple as, oh, we're exactly like one of the parents. I think we all have different
Combination.
aspects. Mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think from dad, I get, like, now I catch myself making a lot of really dumb jokes. Like the same jokes.
Oh,
I
that's
make.
another part. Yeah.
You and
Like,
Dad have
I
the
will
same
make
humor.
the same exact jokes as dad, and I'll think, I'm like, wait, dad would say the exact same thing. And sometimes I'm like, I wish I didn't have that, but it's something that I definitely get from you. And then with mom, I think mom and I are similar in that I have a hard time throwing things away. Like, I like to keep a lot of things, so I like to accumulate a lot of, like, hoarding. And I see that from mom. And then,
Dad are the same.
But
We just
right
throw it
now
away.
I try to throw in stuff away.
yeah, I also try to throw stuff away, but whenever I look at something that I need to throw away, I'm like, oh, this could be used for this or something else. So then I'll keep it just in case, but then I'll never use it. So I'm like, wait, mom does this all the time, which is why our house feels sometimes a little cluttered.
Very
But,
lived in.
yeah, but with Andrew, I'm like, oh, Andrew definitely has dad's like discipline. Like, he's very routine, very disciplined like dad. And then in terms of like being, actually, I think mom is also adventurous, but not in the same way that I think Rachel and I are. Like,我跟 Rachel 喜欢出去
Yeah,
do things,
explore.
you know?
Yeah, explain.
But Andrew doesn't like to do that. Whereas, so I
to
think
relax.
mom is more like
You-
Andrew in that sense. She likes to stay at home and like to relax, do simple home
Yep,
activities.
yep,
yeah,
yep.
homebody.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to see which personality from each parent went to which child. It's kind of
It's
cool.
a good dynamic.
Yeah, I think we have a fun dynamic. at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Andrew, did you have anything you wanted to add to this conversation?
Not this one, but I was going to make a hard pivot
Okay.
into, because I think now Philip and John coming home this trip are a lot older. I wanted to know, do you see any big differences between how you raise me, Jesse, and Rachel versus how you're raising Philip and John?
Yeah.
It's huge
Huge
difference.
I actually we see a huge difference, but I want
Totally
So, like,
different.
yeah.
It's just like when I like every morning when I drive the cars to send to send them to the school. We listen to a podcast as well.
podcast?
Yeah, no,
Now your
no,
podcast.
yeah, we
Daily
listen
Hope.
to a Daily Hope devotion with them on the car, and also we have light talks. So I just kind of like a little bit regret when I was driving them. I said, "Oh, I missed all the first three. I should have been driving them to the school. Spend more time with them." So that's
So
a
nice
little
for
bit-
we had to take the school bus.
huh?
We all took the
Yeah.
school bus.
Yeah.
to school every
So
day.
it's to me it's a little bit of regret. So basically, I said, okay, yeah, I wish I could go back and I can spend more time with Jesse, Andrew, and Rachel. So which I missed. So so in a way it's very different. So I think the way I think probably Jesse remembers, so that is very strict, to Jesse,
Very strict.
to all the things, so basically just criticize without mercy, but for now, like with the two little ones, it's just like,
So different.
yeah, it's
much
Very
mercy.
soft. Too much mercy.
Too much mercy.
Gentle parenting. It works.
So in another way, I'm thinking probably it's just become like too old,
Yeah, we're
So
getting
you-
older, so
No.
having more patience.
Yeah.
So do you think a lot of it, well, part of it, I think it's because now that you're older, you also are further in your career, you have more time. I think when you were raising me, it's probably you were too busy and
I could spend the time with you, but I prioritized my time. Like I spend a lot of time to run, so
Yeah,
it's like
you're more
every day I spend like 2 hours. I was very crazy
yeah.
to the marathon, so
yeah,
I was trying to get a good speed, so basically I spend a lot of personal time. But now it's just like, so I think I wish I could have spent more time with you guys when you grow up. So now even like in the church, I spend more time in the youth, so it's like to watch them grow up, So, but I did not spend the time with you guys. So that's a regret.
Time to focus on
Yeah.
himself.
yeah.
It's a regret.
Do you think John and Philip appreciate that? Or I think they're
I don't think so.
No, right now
I think they are
when
totally.
they grow,
I think they
will
totally
appreciate it.
missed that.
it's
Right,
so-
right now they might not. but in
Yeah,
the
right.
future,
That,
yeah.
Few years later, maybe I think they
Yeah,
will miss
yeah.
this part.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like when I was young, like did the time that we spent with our parents mean a lot to me? I actually think now the time that we spend together, I cherish a lot more because when I was young, I think my priority as a kid is to play games, play with my friends. I didn't really want to hang out with my parents. It was not like cool, but I think that's the stage John and Philip are in. But I think when they grow up, maybe looking back, they'll be like, "Oh, this is." I really cherished all the car rides with my dad to school.
Yeah.
Oh, they love this part.
Huh?
They love this car ride part.
Well, they like the car ride part, but they can be spending it with anyone. Yeah.
Well, the other thing, I think before you guys went to school, I think we did spend a lot of weekends. Like before you go to school, like before you reach to the age of 6, I think mom and dad, we always
we
take
spend
you
a lot
to
of
the
time to the
parks.
park.
Like
When it was just me and Andrew, though.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
just
two boys,
two of
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
spend a lot of time like in the weekend. We go to like the Winton Woods, the Pockets Farm. So we went there many times. So we spend a lot of time together, like during the weekend, but not like when you like get into school age. So we just let you guys take in the school bus instead of spend more time.
Do you think that part of the reason why your parenting style has changed is because westernization? Like when you came to the US, you probably had more of a traditional Chinese immigrant parenting style, but then once you've stayed in the US for a longer time, Western parenting style.
Yeah,
begin
I
to
think
take
that's probably an effect
okay.
on their style. So, like you said, so when I was growing up, my dad and mom, so they did not spend any time with me. So it's just only time when I come back to the weekend. So I have to go to the labor work with my dad in the farms. So that's the only time. Yeah, but that's actually a good time to actually get together as well. With my dad.
Yeah.
Doing the farm work.
Yeah, you're doing like work together. It's not necessarily spending like free time together.
Yeah, it's not like like
No free time in that time. Too
That's-
busy.
yeah.
Yeah.
The parents are so busy for the farm.
Yeah. Okay, I have another question. Another question for both of you, so you can answer separately. Who did you think was the most difficult child to raise out of the five of us? And I know you guys might have different answers for this.
okay. Let the mom.
Right now, Philip and John.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, Rachel kind of easy.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Rachel.
No. Rachel, she has his own goal, so
Okay.
I let her go.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
can,
I see.
She had motivation.
You
to
have,
do something.
He has her motivation to do it. Right now,
Oh.
I don't know. Philip and John, what's
No
the
motivation, yeah.
no I cannot see any motivation can
Interesting.
drive them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the more difficult.
That's very frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah. Rachel almost had too much motivation.
Yeah.
She wanted to
that's
do
why
everything.
we always pull her back.
Oh, that's
Try to-
interesting. Pull her back instead
Yeah.
of Philip and John's like, what do we push them towards?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think each of you have a period of like the causing the frustration. Yeah.
Teenage angst. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
so it's just like a period. So when we look back, like the Jesse. So at the time when you are, I force you to start for SAT.
Yeah, that was a frustrating time for me
That
too.
was a time of frustration.
Yeah.
And Andrew also in your senior,
Yeah.
like the, so
I think it
when
was the same thing. SAT.
yeah. I don't think it was the SAT. I think it was the what was the frustration we had?
Peer pressure.
Yeah, the
I
peer
think,
pressure.
Peer
Yeah.
pressure.
It's kind of like you
don't
take so
like
many
physics.
IPs,
Physics, but you have to do
Oh.
it. Yeah.
Physics.
Yeah.
Physics, yeah.
Wait,
I did
what,
want to
you-
drop physics.
what was the peer pressure? Like they wanted you to drop or to keep physics?
Yeah, it was like one time. I think there was one time. Yeah, it's kind of like amusing. So if you think back now,
Yeah.
it's like
All
the
these-
one time Andrew was like doing the AP physics homework, and then he was like blaming himself like a lot. He said,
Oh.
"Why the heck I took this class? Why,
Yeah.
will
I
be-
didn't need this.
will-
It's useless.
yeah, it will be
I'm gonna be a
useless."
business major.
I do remember this.
Yeah.
I do remember.
Yeah, and then I was laughing to him. I said, "Okay, I did not ask you to take any AP. I'm
You-
completely fine if you take the like the regular physics." He said, "No, you said so, but I cannot. All my friends are taking this. I have to take."
It's true. Yeah. Well,
So it's and then he had a lot of frustration. And then there was one time I was asking him to, we have. You remember at the time we have family devotion, and then he just did not have any interest, and then we kind of like had an argument, right?
yeah.
So we had a big argument. It's sort of like there's no purpose for this. So it's yeah.
Rebellious
I see,
interface.
because he had a lot of frustration from his other work, and then that cast that frustration to us. So sort of, that was a period of time for Andrew. I think for Rachel, it's also like many times she just burned out,
Yes.
and then she just yell at us, bang the door,
Yeah.
So it's like very difficult to handle. I don't know how to handle. And the mom
I
also,
already get used to it.
Mom's just like,
mom
"I'm in here."
always blame me, So I said, okay, you did not like how like have a discipline for your daughter. Now she's like this. So mom always just put the blame on me.
Because they are like, it's okay.
That's true. Dad, you were
They
really
already-
soft on
soft-
Rachel.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You can do it for
Yeah.
her.
Mom is the only one who actually disciplined Rachel, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no discipline
did
on Rachel.
not
I
discipline
did
Rachel at all.
not. No discipline.
Yeah.
So now for Philip and John, it's different because I kind of like realize it will be if there's any frustration, it will be very short period. So I know this will pass. So with that mentality, so how I handle is totally different. Again, it's your mom praying me all the time. So you did not have a discipline to two younger sons.
You
you know.
didn't.
So I did not. So I just say, okay, just wait for a period. Be patient. So they will
Yeah, we
become
have
good
hope.
like Jesse and Andrew.
Will they?
Eventually. I'll ride it out.
So just be patient,
So you just...
That's
you're-
how my mentality,
okay,
So that's
you just
how
wait it out.
So that's how I wait. Mom always play me like every day. I just say okay. So I know like in a day, mom will not play me anymore.
I actually think Philip is starting to get to the age where
I see
he's
it, yeah.
starting to mature a lot.
Yeah.
Now when I talk to Philip and see Philip, he acts way more mature than like the past 5 or 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's getting there.
Yeah,
You don't have to wait that
exactly.
much longer.
Exactly. So it's kind of like even like when the friends, the church members, so they talk to me, they were asking, how do you handle all these crazy teenagers? I said, okay, just be patient. Wait for them to go to college. They will miraculously grow. I said, oh, we have a hope.
I don't know if college helped me grow, but I do think my relationship with mom and dad got a lot better after I went to college.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I matured or because I think the distance separation was necessary. At some point, we just need some distance apart. And I think that
Okay.
sometimes distance can make a relationship a little better.
Yeah.
Because when you constantly live with someone, everything about them starts to annoy you. But then, like, once you have that distance, you start appreciating the times you do
yeah.
have together. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
And I think a factor that, well, on top of that, because I very much agree with the distance, because I feel that a lot. Whenever I'm in like enclosed space, this is reminding me of when Rachel and I lived together for 12 weeks. We lived in a studio together, like 3.5 months.
Okay.
Too much interaction.
Yeah.
And then the distance, now Rachel and I's relationship has grown a lot from that experience. But I also think it's a matter of perspective when you get older, because going back in time and thinking about like AP physics and like these classes, that was your entire world. And like everything just feels so important at the time. And I think as you get older, you go to college, you experience real life, like you just start putting things into perspective and you don't crumble as much when like one facet of your life seems to be stressing you out a lot.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Another question is, when we were like babies or little kids, what did you think we were going to do in adulthood? Like, did you have any expectations or hopes or dreams about what we would do when we became adults? Either of you.
Mommy, go
你可
ahead.
以用中文 again.
What's your dream for your kids?
我们小时候的时候，你有没有
觉得
什么
会当什么？Yeah.
What's your
希望？
Yeah, I know. But the first thing I focus on how to raise you guys healthy and have a good way.
good look?
True?
The first part is raise you guys healthy, and sometimes, do some cool things. Great. Actually, I like science when I young, so I expect you guys when you grow up can do some be a scientist.
Yes.
Yeah,
Or
okay.
music.
Yeah, one of them.
Or
Yeah,
music.
or music. That's
Two
what.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always felt like my career is doing something that mom wanted to do in her career, right?
So fun.
Yeah. So how I kind of see going into medicine is because mom, before she came to the US, was a doctor. And because she came to the US, it was very difficult for her to become a doctor again. And then raising a kid, it was hard to have a career in general. So I think a lot of influence of why I chose to be a doctor is because mom would tell me about her life as a doctor when she was in China. And I'm like, oh, yeah, like I want to also continue doing something like that. And also science is very interesting to me. So it's always something I felt drawn towards. Like in science, you have a lot of creative liberty. You can think a lot. And I like just being able to sit down and just think. Whereas other careers, you're almost like a little machine. Like you're doing work for someone else. And it's not a lot of creativity in that. Yeah. Dad, what did you have?
Yeah, I don't think I had a very like clear picture in terms of the career. What type of career you guys would choose, would grow into. I do have a broader or kind of like vague dream that all of you will become like to have a good impact to the society and also to the community. So it's very broad and vague. So basically that's what I was thinking, all the children when they grow up, my hope or my wish is that so they will become a good positive impact to be able to help the community, to help the society, so in that sense,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that, so I really don't have like a very clear picture about in terms of what career you should, so you guys will choose,
Actually, I have a big dream, you guys. When I raised Jesse, I just baptized, become a Christian.
Yeah.
Then I try to use how to say 就是用叫什么？
What?
就是能够让用更多神的话，就是按照 gospel words to raise you guys and
Yes.
yeah, very very eager you guys can grow in the faith.
So basically in the Christian faith. So that's one of the things like that we hope you guys can stick on. It's like as you grow up, we try to follow what what the Bible has been teaching. Try to follow that with you guys. So and then it's really up to for the more concrete plan. I don't think as I mentioned, I don't have like a picture what is a career would be fitting into my dream, but I would hope that the God will have a good plan, a very concrete plan to all of you.
I think it's very different from a lot of Asian American immigrant parents, where I think a lot of parents have a very concrete idea of what they want their child to do.
Yeah.
And I think our family was pretty unique in that you guys kind of let us do whatever we wanted to pursue. And I think a large part of it does come down to faith, because you guys trusted that God had a plan and a vision for where our career was going to go. So you didn't have to force your own idea onto us.
Yeah.
It was more of a trusting us and then trusting God that he would take care of what we were going to do in the future. But did you ever consider that we would become internet personalities? Wang Hong.
I remember.
Did you ever think about anything like that?
I remember. Sorry to interrupt,
Go ahead.
but
Go ahead.
Okay.
I was very shocked by mom's response to being online because I remember last year in Denver, I was very close to going on a reality TV show.
Yes.
And then once I got to the final rounds of said show, I was like, oh, this might actually happen. I should probably tell mom and dad. And so I called and I told mom, I'm like, hello, mom, I might be on this TV show. And you were like, this sounds so cool. I was like, really? I'm like, I might have to quit my job for this. And she was like, yeah, this is a cool experience. I'm like, really? I was shocked. You were so supportive. I'll let dad and mom speak to how they feel about us.
Yeah,
being
what
on
do you
the
think
internet
about,
now.
how do you feel about like me, Rachel, and Andrew being on the internet? And a lot of people see us, a lot of people hear about our lives, our private lives. Like the world has access to our lives now.
Yeah, we have, at least for me, probably mom the same. So we have never thought about this way, especially for this internet podcast, because I think I'm working in software, right? So I know when you put these things online, it will be basically it's public, and then you have no way to erase. So you have no way to erase. So once it's put in on the online, and then you have to be very careful. I still remember, when Jesse, when you started like the Facebook account at your high school, so you were putting those comments on your all your Facebook account, and then I reminded you. I said, okay, so you put things in public, so there's no way you can erase. It's actually
there forever.
It's a permanent. It's kind of like a permanent ink in your life.
Yeah.
So when you did this, I just I've been talking to mom. Just basically, we pray that when you publish these talks, podcast, we just hope that it will not put a damage image like in your lives, so all these podcasts. So my prayer is that this will be a positive impact to the people they want to know you, and then also a positive impact to your own lives, So that's our prayer. So I think we did hear like a few parents in the church, so they did come to talk to us. So like many of people, okay, I subscribe to your son's podcast. And so they said, okay, your children are 网红, I said, I even don't know what do you mean by 网红, so, but I know what they're doing. But I just pray that all these things will not sending the negative messages, to the people around you. I would just hope that, so the things you are doing and also the things you publishing will be a positive to the people that listen and also to your own lives. So
Yeah. I mean, one of my goals is, only use my platform to spread like positivity and awareness for issues I care about. And I think, I mean, a lot of people have talked to me about my podcast and been like, your podcast is unique because you give us you share the lives of what an immigrant family and an immigrant children's life is like in the US, and you give us a unique perspective and a voice to kind of feel like I'm being heard. And I think what we've done is we've kind of been able to create a community of people who feel the same way and were raised in a similar manner as us. And I think creating that community has been a positive impact in a lot of people's lives. And I know nowadays, like on the internet, like especially if you ever run for like public office, you'll be scrutinized for everything that you put on the internet, and it could be used against you. And it would be it would be a stretch if anyone used our content against us, because I don't think we don't say anything like very controversial or
until you run a public
but then people will take your words and twist it around and
exactly
cut it up, and then
exactly.
But I have no aspiration to run for public office, so
no. So what I'm saying is that, so you don't know what the people, so the people they have negative feeling, they may not
Yeah,
expose
sometimes
those,
they-
so they may not expose those, so you may not know. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
kind of
true.
like a lot of hidden things when you put things in public.
Yeah.
So you never. It's difficult to know people's heart. It's difficult to know people's mind. So,
Yeah, that's true. I because you're in the internet, I think you don't know everyone. There's so many people in the world.
Exactly.
You never know,
Yeah.
like, if someone sees your positive message, they could have a negative reaction.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is one thing that, I mean, I always priority is to like keep our family safe, keep like everybody like that I care about safe. So I guess another question I had, a little more serious, is looking back at like specifically me, Andrew and Rachel, and parenting us. Do you have any like big regrets as to how you raised us or anything you could have? Dad kind of talked about this already a little bit,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
do you have any big regrets, or would you do anything different if you had to like go back in time and then raise us again?
Yeah, I think I have already
Yeah.
told you guys like.
Just spend more
So
time.
if I spend more time, even like during the frustrations, so I wish I could have more patience, right? So not to be like so angry, So I remembered like the few times I was very angry, especially for Jesse. Jesse.
Yeah, I
a
really get
few
that
time-
mad at me.
a couple of times for
once or twice.
a couple of times for Andrew and a little
Zero
bit
times.
yeah, a little bit for Rachel, So if I go back, what I wish is that so I could have more patience, just to understand like for especially during the teenager period, even though it's not like the time like I was growing up, because I don't know, like in my time, there's no such thing called the rebellion period. I don't remember I had ever had a period.
Interesting.
We never.
Yeah, and I don't remember I ever had a period of like the rebel to my parents.
Really?
Wow.
So it's just like here, it seems like a norm. I don't know where's that norm
Wow,
come
interesting.
from.
Yeah.
Come from. So
I have no idea.
Are you
about-
never rebellious? Like every kid in China is just always very
I don't
obedient?
I don't think I have ever had
in
that
our
experience.
generation, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember. At least I don't remember I had ever had a strong argument with my dad. So it's just like so now these days. So it's just like when somehow I think it's the society or the peer pressure type of thing. So people they just influence each other to be more repelled to their parents. So what if I realized that it's just like a small
Period,
a small
yeah.
time of period, so I would have a lot of patience. I would not be that angry. Just like now, when Philip and John, so when they are like very
Rebellious.
rebelliant, yeah, but I still have patience. I don't like harshly treat them. I'm not that strict.
Because it's
So-
it's a short period.
Yeah,
of time,
because I know that once Philip grow up a little bit older and John grow up a little bit older, they will become like sun shining.
Sunshine.
We hope so. I think they were raised very differently, so you don't know what the outcome is going to be just yet.
So that's the thing. Yeah.
I wonder if that rebellion phase is actually a product of Western civilization, because in Western society it's a very individualistic mindset, right? And maybe in China everything is very collectivist, family oriented.
Yeah.
So like the mindset is, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
help my parents, I'm gonna help our family survive and be in community. But when we're in the US, everything's taught, oh, I'm gonna do this for myself. It's very selfish minded. So the rebellion comes out maybe a little more.
Yeah, selfish.
Yeah.
Selfish.
It's all about selfish.
Yeah. I think in the US we're taught to be selfish. We're taught to like take what we want, do what we want to get what we want. And it's the mindset from a really young age isn't, oh, what can I do for my family? What can we do for, but obviously for us, we were raised in a Chinese immigrant household. So we had more of that than maybe the typical American family. Yeah.
You can also phrase it as wanting to be independent, though.
Yeah.
But yes.
True.
Yeah. So,
yeah, no. There was a strong desire to be independent
Right.
from family. Like
Exactly.
I always like when I was able to drive, I felt like I had freedom. I can drive to my friend's house. I can leave home without having to like have mom and dad take me somewhere. So that was a huge aspect of my growing up, was that freedom to leave home. But I think in China, there's never really, that's not a goal, is to
Yeah.
become free from your parents.
You don't have such freedom.
Yeah. Well, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then now kind of that was a question about, oh, mom, do you have any 后悔, any regrets for raising us?
Actually, some.
Oh, really?
Son.
When you guys, I didn't read Bible that much often. So right now, I read very
Consistent.
consistent. Read the Bible. So if I go back, maybe I read the Bible with you guys. When you go more.
But do you think that would help? Because sometimes if you read the Bible to Philip and John too much, they'll start to reject it. They'll find it annoying, and then they'll have a bad image.
No,
of,
when you are young, right now,
Even
they,
younger.
yeah, even younger, when you do just three, about the preschool, kindergarten, so actually Bible words will in your heart. Sometimes when you have something, maybe this God's word will pop out. That's why what I thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
This is the thing.
yeah.
Actually, my folks, for you guys, just raise you in the right way.
Okay. So that's kind of about the past. I kind of have now a question about the future, and what is your dream for us now in the future? Like what is your biggest dream for us as we grow older, as we start our own families? What is your hope and dream for our future families and then our future careers even? 你最大的希望，我们的希望. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can use Chinese because this is a hard question to answer, I think.
Actually, just like the Bible said,
More Bible.
Jesus, right now, yeah, when you read the Bible more, and you will love it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So-
That's why I said when the Jesus just like grow up, when he more people, 就是
中文说。
他的声量就是人和神都很喜悦。Not only God love Jesus, when only and people love him. That's why
Yeah.
you guys, when you grow up, I think God love you. God always love you guys, and people love you guys too. I want this way.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
This is what
You, that's
for your
I like
goal.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That career we cannot control your guys. We only way we can do our part. Just pray for you guys. Then do this career. God will open the path for you.
Okay.
If the
So what we have been praying for is for you guys will be at the proper age. At the proper age, so you have your
stage,
you have
yeah.
your like a family. So we pray that there will be a godly family.
What's that proper age?
I think it's now. Yeah. So you will meet
Yeah.
someone.
maybe
So
someday
I
you
always.
go, this girl.
I always trusted. I was telling mom, I always trusted that God has planned for a spouse for you. So it's just like in the proper time, and then you will meet this God planned spouse, and then you will build a godly family. So basically that's our prayer. And also you're talking about the future, and then you can. Raise at least like 5 kids like us.
That wants
5 kids
25
total or
right?
5 kids per?
for
kids.
5 kids total.
No. This is not out.
we
We wish, but
Wow.
Yeah. I think
each of you can raise 5 kids.
growing
and-
up with in a family of 5 kids, I realized I don't want that. It's too many.
Huh?
It's too
You think
many.
it's too many?
It's just
Why?
mom is too busy.
Huh?
It's too
Actually,
busy.
yes, kind of busy, but
But she enjoys.
no.
Did
When
you
you
say
grow
no,
up,
no, no?
when you grow up, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But right now, for the honestly, I'm not. Sometimes I'm not enjoy it, but sometimes I enjoy it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, sometimes I don't
Oh,
like
mom,
it.
you've had to do this for so many years now. You've been raising children for, I mean, as old as I am, so
Now-
28 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now sometimes I really enjoy with you guys.
Mm. Yeah, yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Sometimes I very enjoy with Philip and John when I drive them back from school. Drive them back, they talk to me. Philip talking to me about his academic.
Okay.
You know, mommy, this AB chemistry I got very high score.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do you think now our relationship is more enjoyable, or you feel like this is more fulfilling because we're older and we feel like more friends than like parent-child now?
I wish you guys just like a friendship relationship, not mom and
Dad,
kids
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you guys growing up, I think one of the things it's a constant in mommy and I, so in this family, one of the things it's actually a constant. So we are very content. We are very satisfied.
Yep.
Like when you grow up, when we are here, even when you are young or up to now. So in general, so the period of frustration here and there, but in general, when we talk with each other, we always looking back, we always look at the times, so we are very content. So that, to me, that is actually a blessing to the family and also to mommy and dad. So we were kind of like we're still very content. So even you are at the proper age already.
What?
We're still content. Very content.
Yeah. I think your guys' mindset in raising us has always been like trusting God's plan. So like, even if we're not married by like 40 years old, you still trust God, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
But and even if we don't go the route that you might have hoped, like what if we only have one kid or no kids?
Yeah.
Will you still be content?
Yes.
Yeah, of
Yes.
course.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Very healthy mindset.
I think so. I
Don't know.
No. I think we will be.
Yeah.
I think we will be. We always, as I said, so we have go through like difficulties. We have go through like even in my family, right? So we have go through difficulties. So we had like the stressful time, difficult time. But when we are looking back, so all those spots, it's just a short period,
yeah.
So and then like that's how you can get to the satisfaction, So okay, so God will help us taking care of these situations, even when it is like a rough time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, last topic is Andrew, Rachel, and I have begun to think a lot about like our family planning in the future in terms of our ultimate goal is so that all of our family can live together in one place, like very close to each other.
真家村.
Yeah, Janjiatun
here in the United
but in the
States.
U.S. Zon Family
Yeah,
Village
Zon.
in the U.S. Somehow, somewhere.
Nice.
Maybe just
maybe.
like this street.
Well, see, that's the next question.
That's the next question, yeah. Because, I mean, we understand the value of Ohio to you guys and also to us. And you guys both have a community here, and this is where you have built your life. But Andrew, Rachel, and I have no desire to come back to Ohio. Very little desire.
Yeah.
It's a really nice suburb, but
We're also gonna bleep out the street
Yeah.
name.
I need to remember to do
Future
that.
Jesse.
You told everybody the street that we lived on.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah, but I'll edit that out.
Maybe move the town.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, do you see yourself leaving this home and leaving Ohio to live somewhere? Say Andrew, Rachel, and I decide to live in like Seattle, and the three of us live in Seattle, and all of our families are in Seattle. Would you
You got
eventually
15
also
grandkids
move?
out there.
15
Definitely, we
grandkids.
grandkids.
will move to
Seattle.
Seattle.
Oh, really?
Definitely,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Because there's so many other people that live in
Not
Seattle.
so many other people because of you guys. Well, you guys, we want to live close to
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's our plan. Rachel,
Dad, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go wherever mom,
there you go. There you go.
wherever mom goes, I
Wants
will
to
go.
go. Good.
Yeah.
To me, like any place, you
Yeah,
know,
for us,
I'm very adaptive, you know, so I can adapt to any kind of environment.
Yeah.
So
we
I
are
become,
not
you know, I can
I
can also adaptive to the community, to whatever society. It's kind of like that, you know, because I'm thinking like in the root, like the human, they are similar, right? So when you have a heart-to-heart conversation with people, it really doesn't matter, you know, which suburb,
Yeah.
where, you know, what type of race of the people, even like as long as you have the heart-to-heart communication with people, that's the key. That's kind of like how you can be adaptive to any community and society. So that's why when I, you know, so like when I travel to Thailand, when I, you know, talking to Barnabas and his churches, it's just like, you know, it's
The
the
home.
same thing. It's just like home, you know.
Yeah.
So when I was socializing, when I was talking to them, so they feel the same, you know. So they feel like, oh, you're my family, you know. So
Yeah,
you're,
that's
you're
a-
part of my family, you know. So it's just like that. So when I go back to Zhenjiang, even like after these years, many people I don't know, but when I started talking, they're just, oh, you are still like the people, one of the people just in the village.
Yeah.
It's the same, you know. So
So
that's-
you think you can find that village outside of Ohio,
Of course.
somewhere else?
Yep.
no, I can be adapted.
Adapted.
I can be adapted to any community, you know. So because my true belief is that, you know, it's the inner image everybody has. So if you communicate with people with that inner image, so you will be able to build like trusted relationship with anyone. You know.
Okay.
So that's kind of like my belief.
Yeah. I think given our hopes and dreams for our lives in the future, we'll probably hope that you guys adapt to another location somewhere
Yeah.
else. A lot of our family friends from church have ended up moving outside of Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
a lot of families that you
Yeah, it's
know.
because of the kids.
Because
Do
of the
they-
kids.
Yeah, because of the kids.
Because the kids. When
Most
they,
of them because of the kids.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not because of jobs?
No.
No,
No.
because of the
Really?
kids.
Most
They
most
moved
of the
close to their kids.
yeah,
Oh.
most of the families they move.
I'm even talking about like the young, like in the years before, like I don't know, like Suming.
oh, those are
and
because
then-
of a job.
Telltale.
They're the
And
because
all
of
those.
the
because
job.
of their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But right now, in our age, almost
started
reached to
moving.
the retired. So people started
Started
to
move to their
move
kids.
to their kids. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
So it depends, you guys, where you live.
Yeah,
We
that's
will
crazy
live.
because in 4 years, John
Okay.
will be done, and
Yeah.
all your kids will be done with high school.
yeah.
Yeah.
Will you move when John leaves for college?
don't know.
Move where?
Move where?
Well, I guess
Depends
it
you
on
guys.
where we are.
Did you ever have the desire to move somewhere else in these past like 20 some years?
Actually, not really. So
Really?
I have, you know, so I have like the two sides of me as I told you guys.
Yeah.
You know, I have one side is more like the adventurous.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
like to explore the new place, new
Yeah.
area. You know, that's one side, and then on the other side, I'm very content with the present place. You know, so basically, it depends on which side of me talk.
Okay.
But in these years, so we have been here for close to 30 years, right? So next year it will be the 30 years anniversary since we arrived in this place.
Wow.
You know, so we have
crazy.
we have stayed here for 30 years, but we have been very content. You know, so and then so to we want to move to another place. We have not thought about it. So actually, so I have not thought about if we want to move to another new location. You know, so.
Okay. Last question. I've kind of asked you about what future you hope for us as your kids, but what future do you have, or what future do you hope for your own life and your own career? Like once you retire, what do you dream about doing in the future?
Yeah, I think I talked to Rachel before. Rachel asked the same question. So I think after the retirement, I'm thinking is to come back to sort of like teaching, you know. So I don't know where do I want. So I may, if I have like 25 grandkids, I'm probably just devote myself to teach them Chinese.
I would appreciate that. Actually.
I'm on board for that.
Yeah, I want that.
So I can open a Chinese school. You know, I can teach you.
wow.
I can teach all my grandkids with Chinese. You know, so because I regret that I did not take it seriously to teach you guys Chinese. I think the Chinese is very it's a fantastic language. You know, so if you learn, so and I may have the, you know, I also very passionate to teach in the Bible, you know, so I can teach in English or in Chinese, you know, so basically that's why I'm taking some of the seminary classes, you know, so I'm enjoying to do that. So I can teach like in the church environment, I can teach in the family environment, and also I also wanted to go back, if I have the capacity, I can teach calculus again, you know, so that's another dream, you know. So I enjoyed very much to do to solve the problem in calculus. It just, I can spend like hours after hours to solve the problems. You know, if I have, you know, I can, you know, so if we have a family school, I can teach your kids calculus as well. not just
calculus, Chinese,
and the theology, you know. so that's kind of like my dream, you know. My dream is to be more like as a teacher, you know, to in whatever capacity to provide the teaching. Yeah.
Okay.
In
That's
my
great.
role, support daddy.
Yeah, mommy will help me, you know.
What about like your hobbies, Mom? I know recently you've been really dedicated to running. Do you want to become a marathoner when you
I just for the exercise.
have more time? Oh,
The
okay.
exercise.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. But every time we talk, you improved a lot in your running. Yeah.
Yep.
You
your
run a
distance.
marathon right now.
Do you think you could run marathon?
She should
At
be
least
able
I
to.
can run half marathon.
She can
No,
run
run the
half.
flying
She
chicken.
can- she can
Full
run half.
marathon, I
Not
never
yet.
trained.
Okay.
You've
Yeah.
done like 18, 19 miles. Just throw
Yeah.
another 7 on there.
Yeah.
You're pretty much there.
Maybe
Yeah.
for my next goal.
I think
Okay.
we're
Actually, before I have this type of a gym, when John go to college, I can run marathon at the Boston. It's a long time ago.
Oh.
you can
Maybe
do that.
I think you can do that.
Should
Yeah,
keep
you
this
have more.
dream.
Yeah, you have 5 more years. Yeah, 5
No,
years.
you don't have to
You have to wait
qualify.
until-
You can get like a ticket of a charity, you know. So if you run for a charity,
Ah,
You
yeah.
have to do that,
But then
yeah.
you have to pay a lot of money,
huh?
or you have to raise a lot of money.
Yeah. You guys can help mom to raise.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
we can
just
do that.
raise some
Yeah.
charity
GoFundMe.
organization,
Yeah.
you know, and then get mom to run for
Yeah, the Boston.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to wait till John graduates high school. You can do it while
Yeah,
he's in
you
high
don't
school.
have to wait till John.
Yeah.
No.
It'll be
Yeah.
fun. Then all of our whole family would go to
Yeah.
Boston again and cheer mom on and say,
Oh
"Dad,
yeah,
this time."
yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Maybe
Wow.
maybe we can run together.
Yeah,
Oh,
running.
yeah.
Wow.
Mommy and daddy, we can run
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, we can run relay.
Maybe I'll start running again, and then I can run
the
it
whole
too.
fam runs Boston, baby.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what that's
no,
what
I
we
have
are
to run
thinking.
really
Like
fast
in
to
the
qualify for that.
Thanksgiving
Yeah,
Friday.
Yeah. That's
So
what I
mommy
told
said
you
the
guys.
Thanksgiving Friday.
Oh, yeah, we
should
all do the-
we all run together. I think it's Thursday. Let's run Thursday morning.
Yeah, I leave Friday. Well, I leave Friday afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I can
let's
run
run.
it in the
Let's
morning
run
and then fly out.
Thursday.
but-
Thursday is Tuesday.
The turkey
so
trot,
no,
right?
so it's too tough. Time.
Because
we need to prepare dinner.
no in the morning. In the morning.
When
We
don't
can
bang
go.
me, we'll all help you
Yeah.
too.
No, no, no.
It's a
don't
capacity issue in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You can't all work in there.
Oh, we'll
Yeah,
do what we
do that.
can,
Yeah.
so we can all run.
Actually,
But yeah.
Friday morning.
We
I
can do
think
Friday morning.
Yeah.
I need to
flight
start
isn't
running
until, like,
again.
1.
Otherwise, 10 miles is. Oh no, 6 miles.
It's
right?
a 10K. Yeah, it's 6 miles.
6
you can just
miles.
run that.
Yeah, but I want to train a little bit.
6
I don't want to run it in an embarrassing time. I want to
run
like.
it in like an 8-minute mile pace. You can do
Yeah.
that right now.
It would be painful.
Or you can do 8 minutes
Yeah.
mile pace for 26 miles.
No, for
No,
10K.
no, no.
Oh,
The
for
turkey
10K.
trot, yeah.
Oh, for turkey run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 All right,
For
yeah.
a marathon.
Well, look forward to that.
No.
Yeah,
We can
like
do
Coleman.
our own turkey run here, just around the community. We don't have to go to the.
Oh wait, what? That's not
No.
fun.
This is the actual
or
thing. This is the
the
actual
middle
one.
school track. I think.
Yeah, because
Oh, you just want to do 10K as a family.
yeah, it's
It
just
doesn't have
like
to be the rate. Oh yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
it's
need to
just
train for that.
like if the parking, so the get
yeah.
out, the travel, so
Yeah, it's a lot of headache.
Travel,
Yeah.
isn't it? Oh, in Mason or Cincinnati?
Cincinnati. I thought you
yeah,
were talking
yeah.
about Cincinnati. Oh, there's one.
There's
I don't
one
know.
in
Yes,
Mason.
yes.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
in
I didn't know.
Mason.
I don't know.
Lifetime, I think.
Yeah.
I think
There's
it's
one on
lifetime.
Do they
Lifetime.
still have it?
5K, not 10K.
I think they-
5K run.
No, 10K. It's a 10K.
10K?
It's a 10K. They have 5K and 10K, but they did not do
we
the.
just do family 10K.
Yeah, they did not
They
do
do a
last
family 10K.
3.
Oh, COVID.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
3
Oh,
years.
okay.
So I don't know if they're going to resume this year,
Hmm.
lifetime.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do
If
it
they
family
resume, we just go there. We don't have to register. We just go there to run
To
with
run
the
next to
crowd.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can do
Just
that.
run next to them.
That's what I did.
Who are
That's what
these
I did
7
last
people
time.
I
running?
think I remember doing that too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Okay.
end here. I think, Dad, you have a meeting at 1, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
okay.
Dad is always on time.
Yeah. No. But for this one,
for
it's
this one, yeah. he
like
can a
if
little bit
they
late.
schedule like in the lunchtime. I
Oh.
told them, so I hate 1:00 meeting.
That's a lunchtime
yeah.
meeting.
Kind of like
Can't do that.
I
Yeah.
kind of like have been telling. It's not good,
Yeah.
So,
Hey, you gotta leave time for lunch. I
Yeah.
agree with
Yeah.
that wholeheartedly.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Mom and Dad, for joining
you.
us for this week's episode of the Rooftop Pod. I really enjoyed this conversation. I hope everyone else learned something or gathered something from this podcast as well. I'm your host, Jesse, and signing out of this week's episode with me is my brother
Andrew.
and my mom
戴明
and my dad.
生活
And we will see you on the next episode of the Rooftop Pod.
Peace.
Peace. Thank you.
Thank you.